We also learn about commitment by the lives of others. They may be people whom we have never met, but we admire them and are inspired by the qualities we see in them. We want to be like them, to have the same courage, determination, and dedication. These people are models of commitment. Not too many years ago, a young Canadian inspired many people by his special qualities. This is his story. A young man with a dream. In April 1980, a courageous 21-year-old named Terry Fox set out to run across Canada. His plan was to raise money for cancer research. He had lost his right leg to cancer just above the knee. When Terry began his run in Newfoundland, no one paid much attention. It was mentioned briefly in newspapers and on television, but other than a few people who traveled with him, no one seemed very interested in his efforts. Maybe they thought he wasn't serious, or perhaps they didn't believe that a young man with an artificial leg could accomplish very much. By the time Terry entered Ontario, this lack of interest had changed. Everyone wanted to hear about Terry Fox. The newspapers and the television began to report regularly on his run. He was able to raise more and more money. People lined the roads to watch him pass by, and when he arrived in big cities, special receptions were arranged for him. Since he was shy, he found speaking in public difficult, but he did it. Before Terry had finished running through Ontario, he became ill. He struggled to continue, but it was impossible. The cancer that had destroyed his leg was back, this time in his lungs. He was forced to quit. He had been on the road for 144 days, and his run was over. It was a very sad day for him and for Canadians. Terry returned home to British Columbia to begin treatment. He continued to hope that he would get well enough to return to his run, but it was not to be. He died less than a year later. He was not quite 23 years old. When Terry Fox died, the whole country mourned. People felt as if they had known him, and in a way they had. They had seen his courage, his determination, his shyness, and when the run had to end, his sadness. They cared deeply about this young Canadian. Why did Terry Fox have such an impact? He was an ordinary young man in many ways. He could have been the young man who lives next door. He wasn't incredibly smart, handsome, or rich. But when he began his run, everyone soon knew that this young man had something very special about him, something we all admire. He was completely committed to what he was doing. He had made a decision to raise money for cancer research by running across the country. It was hard for him. His body ached at the end of each day. He had to give up everything else in his life, but he overcame these difficulties. The only thing that could stop him was something that was outside his control. Terry Fox is a model of commitment. If his story had not become widely known, only a few people would have known about him and been inspired by him. But instead, he became a model for many thousands of young people, young and old. Terry Fox runs are now held all over the world to raise money to find a cure for cancer. Other models of commitment. There are many people who are models of commitment, but very few of them became famous. Perhaps you have been inspired by someone you know who is a deeply committed person. Some people are committed to a cause, as Terry Fox was. Like Terry, they spend time trying to raise money to find a cure for a particular disease. Or it could be a cause like peace, caring for the environment, relief of hunger, or protection of the unborn. When people are committed to a cause, they willingly spend their time, energy, and money in order to achieve their goals. They may even decide to join a peaceful demonstration to draw attention to their cause. Other people have special commitments to helping people directly. Perhaps they volunteer at a hospital or a nursing home and spend time talking to lonely patients. Maybe they take a few hours every weekend to help out at a food bank. Volunteers deliver meals to the elderly, teach catechism classes in their parishes, assist the disabled, coach sports programs, record talking books for the blind, and so much more. Many people are models of commitment in their day-to-day lives, like these people. The Delgado family is part of a program that supports families with children with disabilities. Each month, the Delgados welcome a child to join them for a day. They might go on a special outing or just stay home and do things they usually do. They enjoy the visit, and the child's family has a chance to relax knowing that their son or daughter is happy and safe. Mr. and Mrs. Morton married when they were just 18 years old. They had 2 children before they divorced. Mrs. Morton was left alone with little money and no job skills. For a while she lived on welfare, but she was determined to make a better life for herself and her children. She took a course to become a nurse's aide. "It's been hard," she said. "I wanted to give up so many times. It's still hard. I have a job, but we have to watch every penny. It would be nice not to have to worry." These people don't think of themselves as special. Very few people know about them, but they are wonderful models of commitment. There are many other people just like them right in your community. Each one of them has something to teach you about commitment.